Hello everyone, so welcome to today's episode on Aligning with Your Vision Part 3. And today we are going to be talking about seasons and relationships, discerning seasons and relationships in actualizing your vision. Now, for every vision that you have received from God, one thing you need to know is that you move from one phase to another. You experience what is called the growth process in actualizing that vision. That is you moving from one phase to another, one season to another. You're going to experience different seasons in actualizing that vision. So there's the foundational season where, you got the vision and you hit the ground running. Do you understand? Yes. There's a place where you need to lay the foundation, where you need to build, where you need to roof. Do you understand? And then begin to house whatever it is that you need to house and accommodate with and through that vision. So in these different phases of your vision, which I call seasons of your vision, the Lord will give you human relationships. He will bring people your way at different phases of that vision. Now, one thing you need to understand is this. For every phase of your vision, people always have roles to play, right? So there are some persons whose role will only end at the foundational stage of that vision. There are some that will follow you from the foundational stage to the phase of building up and to the phase of where that vision begins to climax, such that your profiting will start appearing to all. So there are some persons whose role in your life, they just have a window period of, let's say, 3 months, 1 month, 6 months, and then they are done. Then they will be out of the picture, of course. While there are some relationships that God will bring to you, human relationships, that will last for a lifetime as far as that vision continues. Now, bottom line is there's a mistake we usually make, which we need to correct because it has, done so much harm than good. Somebody that has a role to play in your vision at the foundational stage, maybe the role of that person lasted for just a week or just a month. There is every possibility when you have moved on, growing with that vision, there is every possibility for you to forget them or despise the role that they had to play at that foundation. But you must learn to acknowledge it. The person that has a role to play for just 2 minutes and the person that has a role to play for a lifetime, as far as that vision continues, they all have major roles to play. Whatever the role is that they are playing in your life and in your vision, you must learn to regard it as a major role, so that in a period where, this guy have played his role and now he's out of the picture because you have moved, you have advanced, you've entered another phase of that vision, you've entered another season of that vision. You must always acknowledge the role they play. You must always honor whatever role it is that they played at the cost of you actualizing your vision. In discerning your seasons and relationships, you should be able to know specifically what role this person has to play, because for every phase that God brings somebody into your life, for some persons it might just be that the Lord is bringing them your way so that they can connect you to that prayer point that you've been praying for the past 5-10 years. And and just upon discussing this thing with this person, I'll be like, no, I think I know who can help you in actualizing that. Don't worry, I'll just make a phone call. And that could just be the role. They have played a major role in your life. Don't consider that answer to your prayers that they connected you to be more important than this person that just made a phone call for 5 minutes and linked you up to that person. So when you learn to understand the role that everyone has to play in your season, and you acknowledge it, you discern it, you acknowledge it, you honor it, and you respect it, you see that you begin to experience growth effortlessly in your vision, because you learn to honor the men that God has sent to you. Whether you are older than them, they are older than you, you are wealthier than them, whatever it is, as long as God sends these men to you, you must learn to honor them, having it in mind that no matter how beautiful your vision is, no matter how elaborate, how big, how interesting your vision is, there is no way you can actualize your vision without the gifts of men, without these men playing their different roles. Just like Nehemiah that we talked about in the previous episode of this talk show. There was no way he would have been able to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem and fix its gates if the Lord did not give him men to work with, men whose hearts were stirred up, and they said, upon hearing the vision that God has placed in his heart, they said, we are going to arise and build. So you must learn to honor all men that God has sent to you. Don't use them. Use properties and honor men. Do you understand? Yes. Value the relationship and the role it is they have to play in your life. And this will bring us to building systems. I want to briefly talk about building systems. Why do we have to build systems? It's high time we've built system, and now is the time, in case you've not started considering it, for you to start considering building systems. So when you're talking about building systems, a system is like, let me say an organization that allow different functionalities to find expressions, different colors, to find diverse expressions. As a people of God, the Lord will have us build systems in these seasons, and there is no how you can build system without having solid and proper relationships with the human resources, the people, the gifts of men that God has sent your way. Remember, the last time we were talking about the difference between work and hustle and all that. Everything that the system of this world, because that's the system, everything that the system of this world has to offer you, either as a job, as business opportunity, whatsoever, the bottom line is to take you away from God, is to bring you to a place where you no longer have time for God, you no longer have time for the things of the Spirit. Do you understand? You no longer have time for your spiritual work with God and growth in Him. You're busy working, you work from Monday to Sunday, you work back to back, no breathing space and all that. Even if you are having all the money and you don't have God, that is hustle and a waste of time. So that is how the system of the world is crafted and designed. But as a people of the kingdom, having this understanding that we are a people that have been called to bring the government of God and the dominion of God in every sphere, if you depend on the systems of this world alone, you'll be limited, in giving expression to the dominion of God in that way, because you are going to do everything within their modus operandi, within their standard operating procedure. Do you understand? You need to follow their systems and way of doing things. But when you learn to build systems with the skill that God has given to you, the craft, the idea, do you understand, that God has given to you, let's say, you have the grace for fashion designing, you design clothes and all that, you're able to establish yourself in that system. Somebody else, has the grace for agriculture, someone has another for technology, another has the grace for forex, cryptocurrency, the finance, and just different. When we come together like this and build this system, we'll be able to coexist without depending on the system of this world. And that is how we can bring the dominion of God, to begin to find expression in that sphere. Like Prophet Arami will always say that there is no how you will talk against Pharaoh and expect to be in his Pharaoh. So you can come to a point where you can talk and you're not afraid that you are going to lose your job, because firstly, I'm not even depending on you. Are you understanding? So as people of God, let's start thinking about it if we've not started considering that, because that it is high time for we to start building systems. And for we to build systems effectively, we must understand the place of kingdom relationship. Yes, so the Lord will bless you until I come your way again. Remain blessed.